Would you say that the First Amendment approach you're suggesting would be an enhancement to democracy, and why?
I think it's an enhancement to democracy for a couple of reasons. Now, I will say and I will acknowledge that social media is a divided place. America is a divided place. It was getting very divided before social media. It's continuing to be divided. But the fundamental reality is that censorship itself is extraordinarily divisive. Censorship itself generates intense disagreement. Censorship itself can also even generate violence. The problem is when we talk about the dichotomy, the negative effects of free speech, and there's been bad political free speech forever. I mean, we act as if bad political speech is just now creating problems. I mean, they made a musical about a vice president shooting a former secretary of the Treasury in a duel. I mean, this is something that's been going on for a long time. And the answer is to empower the user, the speaker. It is not to turn to Silicon Valley and say, save me from fake news. It is not to turn to Silicon Valley and say, save my delicate eyes, when I can click a button and save my eyes myself. This is one of the fundamental problems. When we say turn to Silicon Valley and we say, save me, what we almost always mean is punish them. That's what we tend to mean.
Right,
we're looking to somebody else to fight our political battle for us, and that is not Silicon Valley's place.
The question is the vision as you lay it out, where these companies would be making more of these choices that your opponents find offensive, would that be an enhancement or diminishment of democracy?
Again, they make these choices no matter what. They cannot respect the First Amendment in the way that they're proposing here, because they are making content-based decisions.
I think the nature of the question is, if we're in a world where Facebook is saying you can't be a Holocaust denier on our site, or you're off, you can't be offensive against certain minority groups, or you're off, is that an enhancement to the democracy or diminishing democracy?
Well, it's important to understand that there's more than just the American democracy at stake here, right? There are different democracies around the world that have different values. And so, my personal view is, look, I do take a more libertarian approach for what I want to see on my feed. But you know what? I go into those dark corners of the internet and I see what people are saying. But you have that right. All this user power that he's talking about, you have that right now.